Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel everybody. And in today's video, we finally have the 2023 Gymkhana Grid GR Corolla back on the dyno. It's been such a long time, probably 3 or 4 weeks, honestly, since we've worked on the car or made a video. It's finally buttoned up, ready to go with some E85 in the tank. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So before we actually get onto the dyno, there's been a lot that's changed with the Corolla in the past 3 weeks, basically. So we thought that we'd run through it quick, go through every single part that we've changed on the car so that you guys can understand kind of what stage 1 of the 2023 Gymkhana Grid GR Corolla build is all about. I got Dave here with me, just in case I can't do the best job in explaining some specific parts. To start it off, we're gonna start off at the back of the vehicle. Something simple that we added, one of the first modifications we did was an MBRP catback. This is the center exit. Moving into the trunk, as you can see, we do have, what do we got, Dave?
I call it the fuel silo. It's a surge tank. It's a radium surge tank. It's either a ½ liter or a liter. It's got a Walbro 525 in it. We got a 10 micron filter, bunch of dash 6 AN lines. We're running that direct with this nitrous oxide systems. It's a solid state relay.
While we're back here, you can't really see it underneath the floor, but we did add a Cusco 1.5 RS. I think it's a 2-way differential. It's an LSD. These ones that we did in this car are the clutch style versus like a torsion style. One other thing that's kind of back in this area, but while we move forward, is the Cyvex all-wheel drive controller. This is the best way to show it. We have the switch, so we have front-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive engaged switch. And then, what do you call this? A pot?
Yeah, it's like potentiometer.
Potentiometer.
Yeah, I call it pot.
So you can, twist it one way, it's full lock. You twist it all the way the other way, it's full unlock. It actually does work, especially mated with these LSDs that we have. I've started to really see the pro of having the adjustability. Also, if you don't have a dyno jet to dyno it on, the front wheel drive mode is kind of necessary if you are dynoing the vehicle. So it is nice because you don't have to do any of the trickery on the dash and stuff. You just flip the switch, it's in front wheel drive mode. This car is currently tuned on 93. With all these changes and stuff, we kind of skipped over that because we've already tuned the car on 93. You guys have already seen that. And there wasn't really a big difference. It's just we put in some new injectors, which we'll get to. So I have taken the car out and done a little bit of testing in the parking lot. And one thing that we noticed was the rear diff doesn't actually overheat that much anymore. I was probably out there for 20, 30 minutes beating on the car, and not one time did it ever skip. Did I ever feel kind of it loosen up in the back? I think that has something to do with the Cusco diffs not putting as much heat into the fluid in the rear differential, because the rear magneto or center diff and the rear diff actually share fluid. So that's why it kind of heats up so fast, is because there's two things pulling from not that big of a fluid kind of reservoir. Moving to the front of the car though, there has been a lot that has changed up here. Just to jump back real quick, things that you guys probably already know. We have an MST intake. This is the Cyvex ECU that we are using, a standalone unit from Cyvex, which allows us to kind of do all these modifications because right now there isn't enough support for the stock ECU. Some other things that we've done. You want to start pointing them out, Dave?
Yeah, so we got Beachworks 1100cc fuel injectors down in here, covered with a radium engineering rail. We have a combination of radium and speed flow 6AN fittings. This is an additional line that we ran in parallel to all the lines coming back from the tank. So we go from the filter, we Y it out. One of the lines goes into the factory metal feed, and then this other one just comes up as a 6AN line separate. And that 6AN line actually has flex fuel, like a fuel composition sensor in it. Continental sensor we got from Lamb Speed Racing. And we wire that directly into the MAF plug in the harness, because we're no longer using the MAF anymore. We only rely on the pressure sensor.
Garbage. So we're relying on, you said MAP.
Yeah, manifold absolute pressure.
Right here. And then we do have do we have an intake air temp on this car?
Yeah, I believe that is down here.
So, and those are the two things to run speed density, right?
Yeah.
You need a map sensor and then intake air temp. Couple other things. We did a new clutch, ATS twin disc. You guys will hear it when we start it up. The thing has a lot of transmission noise, but it's not a daily driver anymore. We also have the Cusco front diff, the same as the rear, 1.5 RS. Dave, you want to run through what we did on the head, because that is why we had the motor pulled, is because we did some head work.
So we were experiencing issues above 6,000 RPM, and I think it was above 26, 27 pounds of boost, where we were floating valves. I don't know if they were intake valves or exhaust valves, doesn't really matter. It was not able to contain the combustion pressure, so one cylinder would drop. It would just be a one cylinder misfire at nearly redline. That's not good for making power. So what we did while we were in there, of course we did the valve springs, titanium retainers, we did guides, we did stainless valves. I think those were SuperTech.
The valves, they're stainless on the intake and then Inconel.
Inconel exhaust valves, that's right.
So that we can do the old anti-lag.
Since we got a bit more of a power goal with this car, we weren't going to stick with stock camshafts and pulling the whole thing apart. So we went with the Kelford Baby's First camshafts. I think they are the more mild ones, either stage 1 or stage 2.
They're like 267s, right?
Yeah, something like that. We got the H11 tool steel head studs from Lamspeed. And then we have, I think is it the SCE head gasket?
I think so.
And I think that's made by Athena, so it's got those really aggressive fire rings that bite into the block and the head. So I don't think we're going to have any head gasket issues, coolant pushing issues, anything like that.
Well, now that you said that, Dave.
Wow.
Come on. Other than that, stepping back, we are still running stock suspension. We're running stock brakes. I actually took the stock handbrake out because we are going to be moving to a hydraulic handbrake in the near future. We do run some 1552 Turbo Mac wheels right now with, we run Kenda tires. I think they're called Kenda Kaiser KR20As. You can see that we do a little bit of partying. The sidewalls on these, yeah. let's just leave it there. Other than that, I think that honestly that covers most of the car. We got the fuel system, we got the differentials, all the motor work that we did. We got the center diff stuff that we got from Cyvex, the ECU we got from Cyvex. I think it is finally time to hit the dyno, so stay tuned, because we're about to make some power. All right, so the car's all warmed up, we're ready to go. We got the first run on E85. Dave made a pretty decent map. Let's see what she can do. You know what I'm saying? First try, right?
First try, yep, definitely first try, yep.
we're here. We're ready to do some drifting. As you can hear, we got the Corolla chattering away. I just want you guys to remember, before we start drifting, we have changed a couple of things. The LSDs, we're gonna be sliding a lot more. But remember, I don't have a handbrake yet, so it is gonna be a little bit more. I gotta flick this thing in and kind of go full send because I can't do a bunch of little technical turns and stuff because I can't lock up to the rear tires. She's chattering away, she's biting at the bit. We're ready. Let's see what we got, you know what I'm saying? Whew.
Wait a minute, work hard for the cause, so it's why it's all tinny. Wait a minute, had a real late night, working with my head spinning on that shit. It's a mad day, I need Sundays, I need that day. I like some points, and my cash shit. I like those hits, you're not still. Fast lane when I'm passing the street, like a money in the passenger seat. Some girls been asking for me on the road from the west to the east.
Mike had to hop in the car, his hands were getting a little cold.
Yeah, boys, they're a little pink out here.
Yeah, this thing is insane. First gear, I wish, like, first gear is amazing. You can do anything. The wheels spin forever when you're in first gear. In second gear, if you're chooching, you can get the wheels to spin and like they'll stay spinning, but as soon as you kind of like maybe 2 or 3 runs into it, when you heat soaking a little bit, you know, the second gear starts to get a little laggy and stuff, but it is so much better with those LSDs. It is insane how easy it is to just kick the rear end out. Baby! She's hot. We got some slick boys.
Those tires feel pretty good.
See, we got to keep the car moving, or else it'll burn a small hole in the black side. What do we got for oil temp right now? We got 265 indicated on the dashboard. This thing is absolutely insane. We are just getting started. I cannot wait for more power. Holy cow. The LSDs make this car an absolute game changer. I'm sorry that we haven't uploaded in the past couple of weeks. We were busy with a rally and we were busy getting the car back together, but she's back. We're ready. We got a bunch of parts to install. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, come on. Like, what are we doing here? Look at all the tire marks, Mike.
Sure are a lot of them.
Sure are a lot of them. If you guys want to subscribe, go down below, hit the subscribe button, follow us along. There's a lot more to come with the Corolla, the 86, the rally car, the whole shebang. But if you guys like the video, go down below. You know the deal. Hit the like button. It really helps us out. If you guys have any questions, I know we did a lot. It's hard to explain everything over the video. If you guys have questions, leave them down below in the comments. We love answering them. Instagram account, you can see more of our daily stuff on my Instagram, the race team's Instagram. Go follow them down below. The links will be in the description. As always, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace!